I wanted to do this one for Veterans Day, as my grandmother served in World War II. She met her husband during World War II, and her husband also served in the Korean War. I have many other family members that also served during wartime. My father was a Vietnam veteran. My brother's a Desert Storm veteran. So our veterans, I believe, are ones we should honor. One of my grandmother's favorite shows was MASH. And 20th Century Fox made a game based on the series MASH. Let's give that a look, but maybe a little bit of a recap on the show first.
And then there was Korea. And then there was MASH. A 1970s military comedy dealing with the exploits of a group of surgeons at a mobile army surgical hospital, based off of the novel by Richard Hooker, whose book was about the actual exploits of a MASH unit in Korea, a MASH unit called the 8055. A lot of the characters in this film were based off actual soldiers from the 8055 unit, translated over to the fictional 4077th. Produced by Ingo Preminger and directed by Robert Altman, with the screenplay written by Ring Lardner Jr. MASH dealt with a group of army surgeons drafted into service for the Korean conflict, trying to keep sane through the harshest conditions that wartime provides, through a series of pranks and oddball shenanigans. The film consists of a talented cast, and some of them even having MASH be their first job as they would move on to other careers. There would be many introducing credits featured in this film. The main cast consisting of Donald Sutherland as Hawkeye Pierce, Tom Skerritt as Duke Forrest, Elliot Gould as Trapper John McIntyre, Roger Bowen as Lieutenant Colonel Henry Blake, Sally Kellerman as Major Margaret Hot Lips Houlihan, Robert Duvall as Major Frank Burns, Gary Berghoff as Corporal Walter Radar O'Reilly, and Rene Auberjonois as Father Francis Mulcahy. From the movie would come the TV series. Commissioned in 1972, airing on CBS, it dealt with the exploits of the 4077th yet again. It also sought to reflect the environment of war, not just for our soldiers, but for the people caught up in the war as well. Families and innocents, looking to survive in the environment of war as best they can. We sometimes would even get views of how battles could be on the front line, as the series sought to reflect those conditions and the aftermath of them. And also, like the movie, it sought to perform a series of hijinks and comedy by the soldiers stationed there to hopefully try to keep sane. The cast consists of Alan Alda as Benjamin Franklin Hawkeye Pierce, Wayne Rogers as Captain Trapper John McIntyre, who will be replaced by Mike Farrell as Captain B.J. Honeycutt. McLean Stevenson serves as Lieutenant Colonel Henry Blake, to be replaced in the fourth season by Harry Morgan as Colonel Sherman Potter. Loretta Swit fills the role of Hot Lips Houlihan. Larry Linville serves as Major Frank Burns. At the end of Season 5, he is replaced by David Ogden Stiers, who plays Charles Emerson Winchester III. Gary Berghoff carries over as Corporal Walter O'Reilly. Also added on is Jamie Farr as Corporal Max Klinger, And William Christopher as Father Mulcahy rounds out the cast. The Legacy of MASH is a series that ran for 11 years from 1972 to 1983. A mix of comedy and drama. Earned it several Emmy Awards. The earlier seasons tend to focus more on a comedic aspect with a shift to drama later on. The series would also spawn a small little toy line, a series of books for entertainment, and there even was a beer released, 4077th MASH beer, which was sold at certain stores. Sometimes people could find the humor of MASH awkward, and sometimes the humor of MASH brought people together, even having some family viewing nights from time to time. At the end of the day, MASH was a series that dealt with the life of war, the laughs that you found in between, and even loss. MASH ran for 11 seasons on CBS, spawned a spin-off which lasted 1+ years after MASH, a pilot called Walter, starring Gary Berghoff, and an hour-long drama series, Trapper John MD, which aired Sunday nights for an hour, which starred Pernell Roberts in the title character.
Okay then, on to the game.
Starting off with level 1. And the MASH theme, you're pretty much the chopper. You're the blue chopper. You're Hawkeye Pierce. You're trying to get as many patients as you can back to base camp. The yellow chopper, you're Frank Burns. Or Ferret Face, he answers to both. So you also have to avoid getting shot at by the tank below. And not sure what the plane above is. As far as I can tell, doesn't make any offenses, but the tank shoots you. A rescue vehicle has to come for you, and Frank Burns is beating my butt. Oh, and of course there's Operation. Gotta get the shrapnel out. Ooh, Ferret Face. Yeah, it's not just retrieval of soldiers from behind enemy lines to bring them back to base camp to be operated on. You also have to do moments of operation. Oh, they shot me just as I was getting back to base. Okay, well, got that, and yep, still shot me again. And Frank Burns is beating me. Why doesn't the tank shoot him? Oh, I guess well, it's an enemy tank. I guess the enemy loves Frank. Yep, can't bring the patient back to Frank's tent. Why would anyone want to be brought back to Frank's tent? Oh wait, Frank's tent is the swamp. Hawkeye's there. He has to live with the guy. Okay. Made it back. You pretty much have to carry 5 patients on your chopper to get back to camp. Okay, there we go. Got that. And one, come on. Oh, ran out of time for the 3rd patient, but I picked up a few points here and there. Yeah, it looks like you're in aerial duels with Frank. Ooh, and he got me again. Okay, but, and ooh, shot again. And Frank gets, tied for now. But yeah, also having to navigate the trees. The trees are the big obstacles here. And Frank recaptured his lead. You always have to pick up 5 patients to take back to camp. And then you go back and pick out some more until time expires. Oh, now you got Frank. Good. And you're still having to navigate the trees. Now it's operation time again. Okay. Ferret face. Yeah, you can't touch the walls of the patient. You have to follow the paths to get the shrapnel out of the patient. Okay. Slightly ahead, and I guess the tank does get Frank from time to time. But it's also a computer, so the computer has a better track record. Oh, 10 points. Frank beat me by 10 points, so let's see. This one's a little different. Oh, you're picking up soldiers as they're falling from the sky. So there's what the plane's about. And you gotta make sure gotta protect them from landing. And, of course, the tank is shooting you from below. And, yep, you're still doing operation. Okay. Ooh, ferret face. Yeah, the instrument touched the patient. So the shrapnel can't touch, and nor can the instrument. So it's still just picking up patients or paratroopers as they fall from the plane above. I guess that's what the plane is for. And you're having to get out of there, so again, Frank is leading. Ooh. Okay. One piece of shrapnel. You get some points getting it out, but touch the walls. Yep, you're ferret face. You're Frank Burns. As player 1, you're Hawkeye, but then player 2 is Frank, which can be done for 2-player, but who wants to play as Frank Burns? But, yeah, you also touch the walls of the patient. You are ferret face. So, come on. So, back to the shrapnel again. Yep, got that one. With a little precision. Made it. Oh, we go 4. So, we keep going till the time expires. So, you go as many times as you can. Yep, shot again. So, keep picking up the patients as they fall. Ooh. Just barely beat me. So, dash 5. Okay, this time the choppers are smaller. So it's supposed to be easier to maneuver, but you still have to pick up 5 patients. And you're still fighting with Frank to get the patients. Ooh. And the trees are your big obstacle. And once you're filled up, you head back to camp. Okay, still getting that last patient. And then 5 more. Yeah, I guess when you're computer controlled, you can get the patients a little better. Okay. Scalpel. Okay. Fair face. Grab more patients. Okay. Full chopper. Now get back to camp. I guess the smaller choppers are a little more maneuverable, but you still have to watch out for the tank shooting below, and the plane just doesn't do anything above. At least when you're picking up patients from behind the lines. Okay. Just now get back to camp. Alright. Still getting some patients. Now back to the operating table. Help this patient out. Okay, got the shrapnel here. Ferret face! That does require precision. Yeah, I guess you can't beat Charles in this because, well, Charles has never been called Ferret Face. He replaced Frank, but as I said, Charles was always his own jerk. Okay, back. 697. Looks like I'm a bit ahead, but still those dang trees. Okay. Got that back. Yes. Come on, keep the lead. And no, I lost it. Or, I guess I got it back. Okay. Up. Out. Okay. This requires a joystick or D-pad. Ferret face. As I said, this can be used with the Sega D-pad, so, but still, you require utmost precision. And got that last patient. Alright. 988. I won this time. I beat Frank. But now, let's see. Mash 7. Well, this is pretty much just the operation. You have to get the shrapnel out of the patient as many times as you can. Ferret face. Okay. Apparently, Frank may be at another table, but you still have to get the shrapnel out as best you can. Apparently, he's just giving his points while you're still working for yours. Be careful and don't touch the sides with the instrument or the shrapnel you're trying to remove. You have to get this as right as best you can. Okay. Alright. I find myself taking a look at this and, well, this is like a little surgery game. Like I said, it's like Operation. But it also makes me think of a little something for the Intellivision. Yep, a little foreshadowing there. So, what do I mean by the game in the Intellivision? Well, wait and see. But, yeah. This is essentially Operation. You're the doctor. You have to save the patient and get the shrapnel out of him. So, yep, ferret face. Ferret face. One touch of the sides and you are done. And Frank is gaining some steam. And there we go. Here we go. Precision. Ferret face. Definitely has to be precise. So your movement with the control has to be measured. Come on, sweetheart. You are Hawkeye Pierce, the Crackerjack surgeon. You are not Frank Burns. You don't live up to the name, Hawkeye. Well. But yeah, looks like Frank is edging ahead. Ooh. Ferret face. So the objective is to reach 999 points before time expires. Whoever does it first is the winner.
Okay, my thoughts on MASH. I really would have loved this to do this as a two-player game. I have a lot of family who would love to play it with me, as we have veterans in our family, and I felt this would have been a good way to honor them. Our grandmother, at least, as MASH was one of her favorite shows. But gameplay, it can be pretty challenging, especially navigating the choppers through the trees and also the surgery as well. You have to be very precise and watch your controller movements. Too far in one direction and you're Frank Burns. I'm already imagining the times when you played. As the player, you're Hawkeye. The computer's Frank. And every time the computer wins, you're probably imagining Hot Lips Houlihan going, "Oh, Frank!" Yeah. This is a game where you look to get some practice in. But once you get the practice in, it's pretty rewarding. Feel like I've missed out on a video game and want to nominate one of your own? Check me out on social media or leave a comment below. See y'all next time, and don't forget to click and subscribe. Till next time.